The only thing that this fight is comparable to is Conor Khabib. Let me put it this way. I'll give you an interesting stat. Our UFC store, we've sold more merchandise already now than we did in all of 2019. We already beat 2019 with merchandise. It's just, this thing is trending as big as a fight as I've ever seen in my entire career.
And I know the Fight Island thing has got people curious. I mean, that's a big part of it. But obviously, I think when Masvidal stepped in, that bumped it up as well.
There were a ton of things that made this fight big. Yeah.
Can you say where you and Masvidal at as far as your relationship? I mean, is it strained, or
Did I say what?
Where you and Masvidal, your relationship, would you consider it strained? Or yes?
Guys, you're acting like this just started. This has been going on for 20 years, and it'll go on for another 20 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's part of the business. Never going to go away, never going to change, never going to be different. We're never going to have a scenario where you guys are going, holy shit, you know, Jim Johnson thinks you're overpaying him. You know, he thinks he's making way too much money for this fight. We're never going to have that conversation, ever.
Fair enough. I wanted to ask you about Gilbert Burns. I mean, obviously he's got to get back to full health, but in your eyes, does he get to walk back into a title shot next time he fights?
He's the number one contender. He's the number one ranked guy in the world. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's the number one guy in the world. Kid's hungry, he wants to fight, he wants to be a world champion, and he's number one. Yeah, that puts him in a pretty good spot.
Fair enough. And then last thing for me, I wanted to ask you about Mike Perry. We've all seen the clip at this point. You guys came out and made a pretty strong statement, said, hey, we expect some change from this guy. You don't normally take steps like that. So I want to ask you what led you to make the steps that you took and to react that quickly.
Usually don't take steps like what?
To tell the guy, hey, listen, we're not going to offer you any fights right now. We expect you to seek out this type of counseling. I don't know that we've seen a lot of statements like that over the
We have. Well, we might not have made a statement, but we've had some guys do some counseling. I mean, I saw this coming in the last several months with Mike Perry. I mean, all you have to do is watch his interviews. Watch the way that he's interacted with you guys. He literally said in an interview leading up to his last fight, I hate all of you. I hate the media, I hate the fans. You guys want to say stuff to me on Twitter, then walk up to my face and try to be nice to me. I'm telling you, don't walk up to me when you see me in the streets, don't touch me and don't say hi to me. He said that leading up to that last fight. He is a man of his word apparently, and here we are today. He obviously needs some help. That's not normal behavior. He's gotten a lot more angry and agitated in the last, but you see this happen with guys and girls when they start to get a little bit of fame and they start to get famous. And, I have a blast on social media. You see a lot of people that don't have fun on social media. You see people, I mean, there's some horrible things that have happened to people in dealing with social media, and everybody deals with it differently. I love criticism. I love, whatever you want to call it that goes on social media between media, fans, and all that stuff. I'm just built that way. He is definitely not built that way, and he's definitely a guy that should probably stay off social media and needs to make a few changes in his life, and we're going to do everything we can to help him.
Hey, Dan. The UFC's achieved a lot in the time you've been on top of it. Where do you rank Fight Island in terms of achievements that your company's done?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but going into today, this is one of the most successful events we've ever done. If you look at the numbers and what's going on, it's got to deliver tomorrow now. So, but ask me that question again at the press conference.
Right, will do. I think you said there's a lot of factors going into this. How much would you say the branding of Fight Island is behind the interest in this card?
When you build a fight, the huge melting pot of different ingredients you put in for the thing to be really successful. Fight Island is a big part of that.
So going off that, if you compare this to a Conor McGregor fight,
and the fact that we're doing right now what nobody else can do. Nobody else can do what we're doing. Nobody else is pulling off what we're pulling off. And I think a lot of people are fascinated by that.
So say this fight is as big as a Conor McGregor fight, and you were mentioning the other day you could see him under his eye depending on results and stuff. Could, with a big picture on Saturday, could Jorge Masvidal, Conor McGregor be the biggest fight UFC could put on?
Yeah, it could be.
Any interest in that, if you could?
What's the question?
Would you be interested in doing a McGregor-Masvidal fight?
Oh, McGregor. I don't know. I want to get through tomorrow. I can't wait for tomorrow to be over. And you know, for those of you that have been covering this sport for a long time, you know how difficult this sport is to run and manage. And you know, we're over here dealing with all the things that we're dealing with over here. You got Mike Perry, you got, you know, all the things that happen. Not to mention the shit that's happening over here. Now you add in this COVID-19, quarantine, you know. If one guy tests positive, all hell breaks loose. It's a whole different animal. I want tomorrow in my back pocket. I want to get this thing over with and move on to Wednesday. Then I want to move on to Saturday. And you know, I feel like when we were in Jacksonville. Like when we first got to Jacksonville, and you know, it's that same kind of scenario.
Today, you guys announced a deal with Venum. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that. What went into it? Why you went with those guys, and everything behind the deal.
Everything in life is about timing, and this Venum deal couldn't come at a more perfect time. I just, in this weird place that we're in right now in this entire world with sports and business and everything that's going on, these guys were the right people at the right time. It's so weird how this stuff works out. I mean, you see some of these monsters, and you know, without saying any names, that are trying to pull back their deals with some of these sports leagues. You know, this is what Venum does. This is the business that Venum is in. You know, I just think that the timing on this thing couldn't have been any better. They're a great company. They've invested in this, and yeah, I love it. I'm really happy, and timing is everything.
I'm sure you don't want to get into specifics, but in the press release it said that the athletes of the UFC could expect a bump in pay through that. Is it a considerably larger deal than the Reebok deal?
Yeah, listen, I know that there was a lot of negativity surrounding the uniform thing, but it's been nothing but positive. These guys have all made money. Excuse me. They'll continue to make money, and yeah, it's a good thing for everybody.
Last one from me. I saw you did an interview saying John Jones wants Conor McGregor to beat money. Is everyone be satisfied? He's announced his retirement. When do you try and move on with the 205-pound division?
What's the question?
When do you move on from John Jones if he's not planning on fighting?
John Jones?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't talked to John Jones. When John Jones is ready to fight, he can call. He doesn't have to fight if he doesn't want to.
Are you going to put an interim title fight if he's not going to fight?
I don't know. I don't know what we'll do yet. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll eventually do something. We'll get that figured out one way or another. And guys, you know we always get these things figured out.
Hi. I know.
That's a big one everybody's waiting for. It's coming.
They said that UFC offered July 11th and in August to 52. Do you confirm that? And then they said no. Or?
Did we confirm it yet?
No, I'm asking if they said that UFC offered this fight to happen tomorrow, and then UFC offered on August 15th, I believe, to 52.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. Yeah. I'm fucking Fight Island right now. I'm not even thinking about that.
Thank you.
All right.
Any other questions?
A few questions from Russia, if you don't mind. The first question is obviously the sad news coming lately, the death of Khabib's father, Abdulmanap. Could you give us your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, it's terrible. You know, we feel horrible for Khabib. We know how much he loves his father and how close they were. And, you know, just giving him time to mourn and heal and do whatever he needs to do. We're not bothering him at all right now. We're just leaving him alone.
And my second question is on Peter Yan, potentially second Russian champion. How important is it for you to have two champions representing one country?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a global sport, and whenever we get a guy who has a whole country behind him, it's always a good thing for everybody. So, whether it's Russia, Brazil, or anywhere.
Thank you.
Dan,
Thank you.
here. You were talking about Costa and Adesanya. Is it true that is the idea of the UFC to make the UFC the Ultimate Fighter with both guys?
It's true that we're doing the Ultimate Fighter, and it's true that Paulo Costa wants to do the Ultimate Fighter really bad. We've been working on pulling Fight Island off and getting this thing together. So I don't know the timing on any of that yet, or who the coach will be. But if you look at all of our divisions and how stacked everything is right now, and you know, a lot of champions fighting #1 contenders, there are a lot of cool options out there for coaches. But obviously, those two would be amazing if we could make that happen.
And if you could talk a little bit about the moment of Brazil in the UFC, because July is a special month. We had Burns, we'll have Jose Aldo, we have Davidson, and Brazil is a huge market for the UFC. And how do you see this month for Brazil? Because things can be a lot bigger out there if everything go well for Brazilians, you know.
There's a lot of Brazilians on the Fight Island card. I think it's over 20. What do you think this moment means for Brazil?
Listen, Brazil has always and will always be one of the hottest markets in the world for talent and for mixed martial arts. You know, Brazilians have been coming out of Brazil and doing well here for a very long time, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Disputed welterweight title, Kamaru the Night.
Oh, last one. Okay.
The athletic people did an interview yesterday. They were talking about having conversation with UFC about doing the next year again in September. Is there anything in the UFC plans?
Abu Dhabi talked about potentially having us come back here in September, you said?
Yeah.
Can you confirm that?
Okay, yeah. So these guys have been our partners for over 10 years. We've been doing business with these guys for over a decade. The way that the Fertitta brothers were built is they would never even give up a tiny piece of the UFC while we had it. The reason we did the deal with Abu Dhabi is because Abu Dhabi adds value. These guys actually add a lot of value. You know, these guys are really smart. Look at the way they do things. Who does shit like this? I seriously think when you talk about hospitality, nobody's better than Abu Dhabi. These guys are incredible. We're going to be doing a lot of things over here. I'm looking at houses here. I'm buying a house or a condo or something. I'm looking this weekend while we're here. We're going to be doing a lot of things with Abu Dhabi, and we're probably going to be doing things with these guys for the rest of my career. So, yes, that was a long-winded yes. This place is amazing, and we will be doing business here for a long time.
Last one, Scott?
Yep.
The tourism director yesterday said that nothing had been confirmed for September, and I know there's been talks about Khabib or fights being here during the month of September, but nothing's been confirmed yet.
Yeah. Well, like I just told that guy, we're not messing with Khabib right now. We're leaving Khabib alone. You know, Khabib needs time. Khabib's going to need time to get his head straight and figure out, you know, what's next for him, you know? So we're just gonna leave him alone for a little while. We'll get it figured out.
But do you see September being Fight Island time again?
Yeah, September, October, yeah. Listen, guys, they just shut down Las Vegas again. All the bars just got shut down again, like today. We're like back on phase 1. California shut some stuff. I don't see anytime soon where we're going to be flying people in from all over the world to the United States. You know, we're going to be here easily go into next year. Easily into next year. My son was supposed to report to USD football in July. They just told him they're not playing now till spring. So spring of next year. So yeah, we're going to be here for a while. That's why I'm buying a house. I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time here.
Can we come and see it?
What's that? Yeah. I'll show it to you guys when I find one.
I think that's it.
Cool?
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Jorge Masvidal is next, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, just about 5 minutes of those. Okay.
Dude, fuck's sake, guys.
Let's put our hands together for Vicky here. That's the reason I'm here, because I was on my bus ready to go. I got some food to eat, I cut 20 pounds, we're gonna do this quick. So shoot them from the hip, let's go, come on, bam.
Talk, how bad was the weight cut for you, man? I mean,
It was rough, 20 pounds in 6 days. That's all I'm gonna say, it was rough, but I did it. I get shit done.
this has been a crazy whirlwind for you, man. Was there any part along these 6 days you thought, what the hell have I gotten myself into?
Nah, because the opponent in front of me was very tameable, so I never thought like that. I'm hurting though, initially doing the weight cut, but now it's all behind me. I made the weight, I already got liquids in me, food in me, so pretty soon it'll be just party time, you know?
You've been in this game for a long time, you proved yourself, everybody knows your worth, but what would this mean to you to say UFC champion?
It mean a lot, definitely mean a lot. It'll put another stamp in my career, another achievement, another mark. But also the way in which you do it, you know? I got a lot of plans in my head. I got a special recipe. I'm gonna get this done with a lot of secret sauce, you know? So I'm ready to go out there and give them my.
You gotta take care of yourself, but it felt like you were kind of being the start of like a labor movement of some sort. Do you have a message for other fighters of how they can get to where you are, or anything that you would tell them that you've learned in this process that they can keep that push going that you kind of started?
We're gonna need a lot longer than 5 minutes for that answer, but I'll give you a short one. Stick to your guns, don't let none of these devils and demons hold you down, you know? I've been here for a while, it's taken me a while, but I don't let no oppression get the better of me, you know? If they didn't come to the numbers that I wanted, I would have been right in Miami, Florida, sitting on my couch, eating sushi, playing video games, you know? They came correct, and that's why I'm here, and that's the only thing I can tell young fighters coming up, know your value. Because a lot of the young guys just don't know their value, and it's not their fault. I didn't know my value when I was 19, 20 years old. Somebody offered me $2,000, I'd kill a gorilla. You know, so it's tough as these kids are coming up, but all I can tell them is know your value and stick to your guns.
Okay, you said in an interview the other day that it was the markers the UFC set on the back end that you weren't happy with. Did you learn something from the Nate Diaz contract and payout that made you?
We learned a lot from the Nate Diaz contract and payout, and we learned a lot about negotiations on this one as well. You know, before, after, doing all the stuff, all the games that were being played, I feel in a way. Why did it have to come 6 days notice, 20 pounds to go, travel across the world to get the numbers that I wanted? So in that sense, I'm not gonna say I'm thrilled, but I'm so happy that the numbers got made, and you know, it just makes for a better story 20 years from now, I guess.
Dana said this fight is trending the same as the only thing he's seen is like Conor Khabib levels. If you win this fight,
you know why? Because I'm in the motherfucking card. And on that note, guys, I have to go up and give them the signal already. You guys have a great day. God bless everybody. Thank you for coming out here, guys. I'm gonna put on a hell of a show tomorrow. Thank you for everybody for watching me these 16 years, about to be 17 in a couple months. Thank you, everybody.
Get them all that short. Get rolling.
Testing. 1, 2.
Champ, obviously lots been made of, you know, Masvidal stepping on short notice, his whirlwind and all that, but you had quite the adventure too, right? One day you got a title fight, next day you don't, now you got somebody else. What's this stretch been like for you, and, you know, has it been difficult along the way to be in the right headspace?
No, not exactly, because this is what champions are made of. We don't necessarily have to talk about it. I think, and you're right, a lot has been made of him stepping in and this and that and whatnot, but that's what they have to do to convince the casuals that this guy's worthy to step in there with me. So it is what it is. You know, I'm just thankful that I'm able to go out there and make some money.
Can you talk about the preparation in terms of like game planning and preparing? Because this would seem to be an entirely different opponent. You would need to fight an entirely different style, I would think, than what you were planning on doing. How difficult is that to try to implement an entirely different strategy on 6 days notice?
That's the thing about me. I consider myself a hybrid fighter. I can do it all. If I need to take you down, it's not a matter of if I can, it's a matter of when I want to. If I need to strike, I can keep it standing and strike with you if I want. And so it's just a matter of, I think I have one of the best fight IQ in the game, and it's just a matter of me going out there and just figuring it out. I always like learning on the job, so it is what it is. This is what champions are remembered for, is being able to step in. I could have said no, and I wanted to wait and fight the guy I was supposed to fight, but this is what the people wanted, so I'm giving the people what they want.
There was some build-up to this fight. There was some back and forth. Give me an idea. What's better for you, to go in there and be a little emotional, be a little angry, have a chip on your shoulder, or you try to push all that stuff to the side?
I'm a true martial artist to where I really just, I don't care for all the trash talk, and that's kind of been a knock on me. Everyone's like, oh, you don't entertain us, you don't give us the bullshit and this and that. But hey, I don't really care, I got into this to be a martial artist, not to be a trash talking genius or machine or whatnot. Everything that I say is facts. It's truly what I feel. If I feel that I'm gonna go in there, like I said in my last fight, and I broke that guy's face, that's kind of what happened. I went in the fight before that, I said I was gonna dominate Woodley from start to finish. That's exactly what happened. I just don't think this guy's on my level, and tomorrow night I'm gonna have to go out there and prove it.
Last thing for me, I know certainly you're not going to look past the task at hand, but when you survey the landscape, does that Gilbert Burns fight, is that the one that means the most to you right now, or do you see other options on the table? What do you see as the next fight number one contender?
The next after Masvidal? I don't know. That's up to the promotion. I mean, it is whoever they throw at me is who I'm gonna take on. I don't like picking and choosing. Of course, I would like I would love George St. Pierre, because crazy stat that I just found out, after Saturday night, after defeating Masvidal, it would have taken I think 1875 days that it took George St. Pierre to get 12 wins, consecutive wins, and it would take me exactly 1875 days to get the exact same 12 consecutive wins. And so we're tied for that record, and what way to break that record than fighting the man who had the record previously. And so, it doesn't matter whoever the company initially feels that that's going to be the next guy, and then that's who I'm going to defend the belt against.
Yesterday in the virtual media day, you said you considered Jorge the biggest, baddest guy you've ever faced. Is that because of his skills, or is that just how you have to think about every fight you're going up against next?
Good question. No, I truly, I'm not sleeping on his skills. I'm not saying he doesn't have skills. You have to have skills to still be around. After 16 years in the game, to still be hanging around, you kind of have to be skilled in a way. Now, do I think that his skills are comparable to mine? I don't think so. But, I think he's the biggest, baddest dude that I'm facing next.
Dana just said that this fight is trending to Khabib Conor levels. I think a lot of that can be attributed to multiple things. I know you dislike the guy, but on some level, you're grateful for having Jorge Masvidal to fight.
Absolutely. I'm not I give credit where credit is due. Truly. Like even before in my last fight, I give credit where credit is due. You have to have it takes two to tango in here. It's not just about me or, there's very, very few guys in history that have been able to just kind of sell things by themselves, like a Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. It takes two. I need the right dance partner to be able to go out there and put on a performance like I did in my last fight. And so I'm hoping that's what's going to happen tomorrow night.
When you look at his skills, and I don't want you to give anything away necessarily, but I think people think your route to victory is holding against the cage for 25 minutes. But then the last time you fought, it's 25 minutes stand-up. if you're thinking right now, which way do you lean in terms of tactics for tomorrow night?
Well, I think the people that continue to say that are casuals, guys that don't understand the sport, that don't understand me and don't see my evolution and see how I fight. I think these people are just making preconceived notions because that's what they want to do. If you haven't seen my evolution in the cage and how I dismantle guys, how I break them from start to finish, there's a reason why I have pretty much almost every record right now in the welterweight division. There's a reason that is. And if people aren't recognizing that, that's on them. But, you know, I can do whatever I want to do in fights. Like, that's what I say. I do whatever I want. Have there been a fight to where I haven't done whatever I wanted? My last fight, I told you guys I was going to punish him for 24 minutes and then get him out of there. It's exactly what I did. The fight before that, I said I was going to dominate him from start to finish. I beat him in every facet of the game. And so if I want whatever I want to do tomorrow night, I'm going to do. If I want to keep him standing, I'm going to do it. If I want to take him down and hear him squeal, I might do that. That's it. Thank you guys.